Hello, beautiful people. Welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for joining. Such a joy to have you here with us. I'm always excited, always so grateful to connect like this. I welcome you all who's joining to put your name and where you're coming from and what is this about the topic today, or maybe the teachings of Kundalini Yoga and Tantra, or anything at all. What made you want to come and join us tonight? Please share. And also share how you're feeling. Kind of like share your heart for a moment before we dive into the journey. I'll play for us some beautiful song so we can get into the adventure together. Also, I welcome you all to turn on your cameras so we get very personal. Come, so we can feel each other, see each other. So please do type how are you feeling, why are you here, and what would you like to activate. Really let's get real, let's get personal, guys. So we're not here one-way street, yeah? I'd love to feel you. So then based on your sharings, the transmission today will be tailored to your needs, to your desires, to your state. This is a tantric connection going on here. Even though we're on the different sides of the planet and behind the screens, our souls, our hearts are here in the ceremonial space. So please do share. Okay, I'll start gently reading some of your hellos. Hopefully they will get more elaborate and more personal as we get deeper here. Joan from Newfoundland, Canada. Hi, Joan. Luca. Hi, Luca. Here to practice together. Charlene from South Africa, feeling quite tired. Charlene, just allow yourself to take a deep breath in, deep breath out. Surrender your body. Allow this already to be a nourishing field for you to arrive into yourself. Corinne from Lebanon, welcome Corinne. Blissful Nalia from New Jersey, welcome Nalia. Nadezhda Tarita, hello sunshine, hi beauty. Jenny Cousins, hi, glad to be here, just logged in. Welcome, welcome Jenny, settle in. Corinne, I want to activate my heart, beautiful, let's do this. Jenny, is this the self-love? Yes, it is the self-love. Beautiful, from England. Amazing. Nadezhda here to celebrate the falling out of the matrix and getting back to the light. Nalia, I feel a little down. I need to acquire more self-love. Got it. Beautiful. Tali, hey beautiful sister. Thank you for sharing your light here again to share some love. Open my heart bigger and bigger every day. Let's walk in beauty. Yes. Crea Floresca La Luz. Blessings family. Beautiful. Welcome, Tali. Kjersti Hassel, hi from Europe. I'm curious about Kundalini and Tantra. I'm excited about what to hear and to learn. Beautiful, welcome, beauty. Jealous Hilo from Bodrum. I feel that I am at an edge. I want to allow myself to be carried by courage and sail to ease. I love this poetic way of sharing yourself. Tani, blessings, queens and kings. I'm here. We're here in Ashwan, Nubia. Amazing, beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing love. Thank you, thank you. All right, guys, if anyone still wants to share how you're feeling and what would you like to activate, please do not be shy and share what it is that you would like to experience today, because truly, ask and you shall receive. This is how it works here. It's a field, it's an open field. David will need more self-love, and I'm interested in learning more about Kundalini after doing years of Bikram yoga. Beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you, David, for sharing. That's true. My beautiful people. I will gently start slowing down the music. So let's just kind of all collectively, after saying hellos, take a deep breath in. Deep breath out and release with a sound. And another deep breath in. Deep breath out. And one more time. Deep breath in. Hold it. And gently breathing out. And allow yourself to anchor, maybe with eyes closed. Still take another deep breath in. And a deep breath out, just melt into the ground. Scan your body in such a way that everything is relaxed. Your head, your shoulders, your chest, your belly, your hips, your hands, your mind, your heart. Everything just dropped. Beautiful. And from this space, I warmly welcome you into our ceremony, our true love ceremony. You know, it's so interesting. When I started teaching and sharing Kundalini Yoga and Tantra, and really just my way of appreciating life, I named my school and the teachings True Love Story. And I even opened a company in Bali, where I live right now, True Love Story. And I remember when I put it in my website, one friend of mine said, it's too cheesy, it's too on the nose. And I got so shy about it, almost embarrassed. That how can I be so cheesy? And yet here we are, you know, I started it in 2020, it's 2026, and I'm coming back full circle to exact same thing, that it continues to me, for me to be about the true love. It's about truth, it's about love, and it's about living a good story while weaving this too. And it's interesting, you know, sometimes we need to go through the trials and tribulations and have our visions and our hearts and our truths to be tested to the core, usually by our closest people. You know, it's like my boyfriend would like question me, my loved ones would question me, like people that I actually like hold so close to my heart would be the first ones to almost like make fun of my extra naive, extra like deep belief that we truly are here to love, to play, and to share our essence with each other. And now, you know, it just I share the same teaching, but God has it been forged through the fires of the doubt from the outside, and also from my inner self-doubt, you know, from my inner hiding and shyness. And as I said, like many times, people would call me naive. They said this is unrealistic. It's unrealistic to shine so much love. It's unrealistic to hope for people to give so much love for you, you know. And what I've learned now through many trials and tribulations is usually is the darkest before the sunrise, before the dawn. And it's like the final tests. that the life is putting you through, and it really wants you to know if you're actually committed to this thing. And it's pretty much about anything like that, you know. It's like if you choose to be at a new level of relationships that you would like to be merging with, at a new level that you would like to be respected at work, at a new level that you would like to carry yourself, let's say, with much more self-devotion in the way you're taking care of your body and of your spirit. Usually, just when you make a decision, there's going to be a gazillion of tests from all forms coming, and in a way wanting to sabotage you. And it's just the intelligence of life, you know. We don't even need to get super victimy and blamey about it, like, why everybody is against me? It's like, I think this is just how the transmutation works. It's like, if you want to upgrade to the new level of the game, get ready for the new level of challenges. So like Mario game, you know, the dragons just keep getting more elaborate, and you can complain about it, you can take it as a great compliment. It's like, wow, I'm evolving fast. Dragons just keep coming. Okay. And so this is what, for me at this point, this true love embodiment and a true love story. And more than anything, you know, some of you that have been coming to my bi-weekly free offerings and gifts here through New Mind School, I look at it as an activism, as a heroic act to choose to be in the light, and even if you're provoked, not to get occupied by that frequency. And what I mean by that is, you know, right now there's a very specific global agenda. I'm sure a lot of you can feel it. Just we're provoked right, left, and center. You know, this war, another war, this a natural disaster, this. Like, there's so much. It's now coming into our nervous system that ultimately is there to provoke, and we could even say energy harvest. And so if we embody, if we like kind of a knee-jerk react and respond to it with righteous anger or fear or anxiety, that energy already won. And so the key is how to notice it and say, I see it. I'll become even more discerning in the way I share my attention and my energy, but I will not let that frequency occupy my heart. I will feel the compassion. I will feel even deeper clarity and resolve within me what this life is about and how am I committed to building it in every single moment. And I will not let the hatefulness, the rage occupy me to the point that it poisons me from the inside out. And it's a high level of mastery, you know, like that dark energy kind of like, it wants us to respond. That's the game. And so to be in that light and that loving awareness while having sharper and sharper boundaries, that's where the game is at. And in that Super Mario game that we're all playing right now, the question is, how do we carve time for self-love? And actually tend to our gentle hearts, to our inner children, to our exhausted bodies, to our overwhelmed nervous system. We could even say disappointed hearts from gazillion of heartbreaks and relationships that didn't work out and betrayals maybe that happened. And still remain in the heart, right? Seems like a super mission these days. And so what I'm going to share with you today through our practice, and I welcome you to do it if you can every day, and it doesn't have to be exactly to the teeth what we will practice today, but you can make it your own. And so I want to speak into it in terms of the sleeping state. You know, when we sleep, we're so open to the astral realms. And even when you go to bed, let's just even start there. I welcome you all, you know, whether you believe it or not, just start practicing it. You can burn any kind of incense or sage or Palo Santo, and you can turn on a candle and just open up the windows, get the fresh air, clean your room. It's so much better to fall asleep in a clean space. That means your consciousness will also be clean. And then purify it with something and just say, like, I'm creating a field of protection. No other astral beings can come into this field while I'm resting, while my soul is getting a proper restoration. And I'm merging here with a unified field of truth and light and love. And so when you go into bed, it's already a ceremony. And try to, like whatever the to-do list, write it down maybe an hour before you go to bed on your paper list or whatever you capture all of your tasks. So when you start going to bed, you don't run to-do lists, which a lot of us do. We just process what happened. We're already thinking what we should be doing tomorrow. And in that neurotic state, a lot of us fallen asleep. So if you actually want to start preserving your energetic field and your heart and your soul, it starts there. It starts before you go to bed. Another really beautiful thing a lot of mystics recommend is to put a glass of water, just clean water, and pray into it and say, may this be my healing elixir when I wake up in the morning. May it be charged with my soul, with my awareness, with my essence. And when you wake up in the morning, this is the first thing you drink. And I started recently doing it, and I really noticed that my consciousness just gets clearer and clearer. One of the really beautiful shamanic women taught me that. And then, so when you wake up in the morning, sounds cliche, but don't touch your phone. Don't touch your phone. Like really learn whether you can have to wake up without the alarm or just have the alarm, but then put it away. And for an hour and a half, give that time to yourself. This is your most important time to really nourish your energetic field. If you right away wake up and you give your attention to text messages, to other energies responding to you or asking something of you or opening Instagram, whatnot, all the energy that you just build up in the dream space, drained, just down the toilet. And immediately you're entangled into the web of other frequencies. And so if you actually want to start building up your field as a sovereign, beautiful, divine being, you have to start taking very seriously your morning practice. And glass, just it could be in a glass or in a glass bottle, just something that is next to your bed. And then when you wake up in the morning, turn on that incense, open up the windows, light up a candle, create any kind of altar. It could be just one flower in front of you. It could be a photo of you when you were 7, celebrating your own divine innocence. It could be a photo of anyone who is dear to your heart. It could be anything, stones, something that just precious and meaningful to you. It doesn't have to mean anything else to anyone else. And then you just sit in front of it. And even if you don't have time, which we all do, exact same amount, but even if you're in a rush, just take 5 minutes, 5 minutes. Just give yourself a hug, connect to the divine force, and just speak into existence your intention for today. And just sit in silence, even for 5-10 minutes. And it will be so precious to collect your life force. I know I'm speaking like basics here, but a lot of us know about all kinds of basics and still don't do it. And so I want to welcome you to be that forging force that says, hey, I believe in you. I know you're here because you want to activate your deepest self-love. Well, that's every day showing up. That's where it's at. And it's in overcoming our old sluggish habits. And sometimes we can notice the energies that come in at us when we want to rise into our majesty through people and through whatever different situations, but ultimately it begins within ourselves. It's that morning when you decided to wake up and do the practice, and you wake up and some voice inside of you says, maybe not today, let's just sleep and then just eat right away. That's it. That's your little self-sabotaging voice right there. It's really best practicing on an empty stomach, on the just in the water. So then again, no other energies are in your body, and you're empty and you're very lucid. And so if you feel inspired today by the practice that you will experience, can watch that recording for the rest of your life. The recording will be sent today at the end of this call. I think by tomorrow you will receive it. And if you want to go even deeper, I am warmly inviting you into 7 weeks training that's starting on this Valentine's Day. And in the 7 weeks training, we will be going through every week through different chakra energies. So here just will share with you a little bit about Kundalini Yoga and what I teach and why I'm so deeply inspired by these teachings that, ultimately it changed my life so much that I used to be a filmmaker and a journalist and an actress, and I became a Kundalini Yoga teacher and a healer and a facilitator because I was just I was just blown away by what these teachings do to my own soul, and I made it my mission to share it with as many people as I can. So hence here we are. So what is Kundalini Yoga and what is Tantra? Let's just get kind of like to the basics. So Kundalini Yoga, Kundalini by itself, from the Sanskrit, it's the Kunda, it's like the snake that's sleeping within you, usually on the bottom, like where your root chakra is, between your anus and sexual organs, somewhere there. And it's considered to be just kind of coiled 3.5 times like a sleeping snake. And so when your snake, your life force starts to awaken, you will feel much more energy, much more inspiration, much more clarity. And ultimately, you'll start making decisions that are good for your highest self. So some people call it exit out of the matrix. Some people say it's called awakening or enlightenment. Some people, you could just call it very simply, you getting out of the slumber. Congratulations. You've been sleepwalking and feeling tired and exhausted. And now your life force actually coming into your body and you feel unstoppable and invincible, and a bit inconvenient to a lot of people around you, because if you've been living in the circles where sometimes you're not supported, and now all of a sudden you start stepping into your full majesty and honesty and truth, it may mean that you're going to have to shift some circles around you. It's it doesn't have to be all harsh. It could be all loving and gentle, and some people may come with you for a ride. So what is this Kundalini Yoga? Ultimately, it's a yogic technology that combines all, I would say, you could call it, it's my subjective opinion, but it's also my objective opinion because it happened with my body. It's kind of the best yogic tools to awaken your life force in the most gentle and yet very efficient way. So what are those yogic tools? Those are the movements of the spine, because the spine is the pillar that holding your whole body. And among your spine, there are specific glandular system, pineal gland, pituitary gland, thymus, like all those glandular systems that happen in all throughout the body, they're all connected to our chakras. So when we start moving the spine in a specific way, we kind of massage in those specific aspects of the body. Then one of the most important ones is breath, or we call it in Sanskrit language pranayam. Prana means life force. So, for the normal humans, we breathe in very shallowly, kind of just like here. And that's it. So that means the life force only comes very little into your body, just enough to exist. So when you start breathing in very deeply, just try it with me now. Just feel it. How much more life force? The whole body just starts to tingle. You start to receive actual energy entering your cells. So this is what we do in Kundalini Yoga on a regular basis. We breathe either very deeply and slowly, or we're holding in the breath when we're full of air, or we hold in the breath when we're out of air, or we do very rapid. There's very different methods to ultimately activate all of the parts of your body through the deepest, most conscious breath. So the life force itself, prana, can enter the cells of your body and actually heal you from the inside out. Then we use mudras. We put fingers in specific ways. Sometimes we hold hands in specific way. Why do we do that? Because there's energetic channels all in our body, but especially in our hands. Our hands are extremely powerful healing devices. And so when we put it in specific way, it's like we're creating the electrical circuits, or you can call it energetic mandala. And it sends out specific signals in the body, and the body becomes just very self-structured and self-organized much quicker than if you're just sluggishly laying on the couch and eating potato chips. Yeah, it's just this structure that starts coming together. We also sing mantras. So mantras is an interesting one because, for the Western mind, sometimes that may mean, oh, it's too dogmatic, or why am I supposed to repeat this? Or what does it even mean? It's not in my language. Why? Oh, no. And the mind can feel bored also, of course. Our mind got used to getting stimulated, new thought, or at least the same looping thoughts, but slightly differently, like we're always used to thinking. We're addicted to it. And so in the mantra, what happens is, it's like, you know, this what's this device that's used to clean up the bathroom, you know, when it's stuck. So this is ultimately what this is, Kundalini yoga practice, but specifically mantras. It's like you start entering into this like clogged water and you start clearing it with something clean and precise. And in the beginning, there's a lot of shit, so to speak, excuse my French, flying around, and those are your thoughts. I don't want it. I'm lazy. Something is itching. I should text this person. What is this practice anyways? Whatever the mind will come up with. At some point, though, if you persevere and you chant and chant and chant the mantra, your mind will get tired and it will subside. And then the water of your consciousness becomes clean. No more thoughts, just mantra. And that mantra, whatever the mantra that we chant, you start experiencing the energy of that mantra. So for example, we can chant the mantra, Guru Guru Vahya Guru, Guru Ram Das Guru. And this mantra, for example, activates the compassion of the divine force that can come to us, through us, and as us. And at some point, you start feeling such a strong field of compassion for yourself and for others. And surprise, surprise, everything in your life gets compassionately resolved. So you become the frequency itself of that mantra. And so when we're combining the movement, the breath, mudras, and mantras into one system, we basically receive Kundalini yoga. And we also use root locks. Root locks, well, there's different locks, but one of the main one is the root lock, which is on the bottom. It means at the end of each movement, we do a similar thing. We take a deep breath in, holding the breath, and then lock in the root lock, which means squeezing your anus, your sexual organs, your lower abdominals, everything just kind of like a bathtub, holding it. Focus on the eyes and the third eye point, and just stay in there for as long as you can. And then when you're ready, breathing out and letting go. Why are we doing it? So when you do the movement, in Kundalini we call it Kriya. Kriya means action. So when you start doing some specific movement, for example, we're moving the spine, we're doing the breath, we're chanting the mantra in the mind, Sat Nam, which means I am truth. Truth is my identity, merging with the cosmic truth. At the end of that movement, we take a deep breath in, you know, as I said, holding the root lock, third eye, breathing out. So what happens here? After 3 minutes of the movement, you just build up your energetic field. I'm sure you've seen it in some videos or installations on Instagram or whatever, that our human body has an energetic field, torus. So when the human is not energetic, eating not high frequency food means everything is just fried and cooked and nothing is alive. Thinking negative thoughts, don't move the body, doesn't breathe, the energetic field is very small. It's almost like a low battery. And so when you start living more healthy and especially doing Kundalini yoga, so what happens is your energy body starts to grow. And after there's just 3 minutes of exercise, you will experience it today. Your field expanded and your cells basically will start to receive much higher level of life force, oxygen, quite literally, is because you're breathing deeper. And just the whole body will feel kind of like vibrating. You even will feel tingles for different people, different sensations. And at the end of it, when you're holding it, what you're doing is you're coding your cells that now this is your new status quo. So your body very quickly starts to get used to that, like, this is my new level of energy. I am remembering it. So when you're breathing out at the end, the energy will subside, but not as much as it was at the beginning. So you just coded your body for an expanded level of energy and therefore consciousness, openness of your heart, etc., etc. And so what we're doing is that each kriya, which goes on for about 3 minutes, you rise your energy, then it subsides a little bit. You rise your energy, it subsides a little bit. So at the end of the practice, your whole aura is shining and you feel more energized, more clear. And it's interesting for those of you that, for example, sometimes say, I need to rest. I feel like I just need to be cozy. Kundalini will become that for you. It's so interesting. It like literally, it adjusts to your body and it gives you exactly what you need. It's so beautiful. It tunes into you every time. And so another important thing to mention here with our practices is that when we do Kriya, the movement, It's about 2.5, 3 minutes. It's like yang energy, yin and yang, masculine and feminine. So we're kind of in a way, you could say, pushing, right? We're doing the thing, we're doing it. And then when you hold it, it's like you're meeting yourself in a void, in an emptiness. And we say in Kundalini, it's like if you do the movement, it's like you call God on VIP line. When you hold the breath, God picks up the phone, looks you straight into the third eye, and you remember you are God and Goddess yourself. Nice to meet you. Good to see you again. Good to remember. And when you're breathing out and letting go, God starts to speak through you. And this is really yummy things happen here. For some people, it's just really delicious, like, wave of relaxation after holding. For some of us, it's just tears. We finally realized something and forgiven ourselves to someone. For some of us, it's a full-on hysterical laughter. For one of my students, she always orgasmed. It's hilarious. I was in India, and in India, people are not so open to sensual energy. Like they're very shy around this. And there's this one student, she literally straight up orgasmed at the end of each kriya, out loud. So for different people, different things happen. Ultimately, there's something through your body that previously has been locked. Through the energy of breath and intention and movement, you break through that stagnated energy and then release at the end. For a lot of us who've been holding a lot of tension, trauma, pain, something that we've been wanting to say for a long time and haven't had the courage, we finally may feel like we're gonna roar or scream or cry or release. Let yourself do exactly that, if that's what your body wants. This is really an incredibly healing practice that allows us to finally move the energy in a very natural way, so our body is not constricted to the box that the society wants to put us in and everybody around it, So ultimately, we could say that Kundalini yoga is a tool to finally clean up all the debris and all the stagnated energies and all the blocks in your body. So if you can imagine your body is like a cylinder, and each chakra or energetic center, it's like a passing point through which life force needs to come through to reach your crown chakra and merge, so to speak, with the divine, with God itself, but the goddess within, of course, but it's all connected, the father and the mother, or the sky and the earth, and we are like these conduits of light. So why are we not all Jesus Christ yet? Because we carry too much trauma and too much mental programming in our bodies, and it's all constricted. So basically the light cannot come through the body if it's all stuck. You know what I mean? It's like it tries, but it cannot. And so for normal humans, their body are just like this. Hence where cancer is coming from and all of that is coming from. It begins with the energetic state. Your energy is the nucleus of everything. Absolutely everything in your life. The way you walk, the way you talk, the way your health is, the way your hair is, the way your nails is, the way your relationship are, the way your money is. Everything. It's your energy. And so once that life force starts moving through your body, it will start touching the pain points in your body that previously have not been touched. You basically start to feel like you're getting excavated from the inside out, like it's almost like a minefield. And in the beginning, some of us, as I said, can experience all kinds of emotions. Could be grief, could be rage, could be just really good tears, could be like a lot of sleep. Sometimes people start doing Kundalini and they realize, I just need to sleep for the next week to integrate everything that I've just felt. And that's also perfectly fine. So our body is extremely intelligent. When we let the energy move through us, we will know what it needs, yeah? And so the key is not to, in a way, intervene and just let ourselves to get purified. The more you clear out this debris, the more, guess what? You'll have self-love for yourself. Voila. So when you have the life force and you remember that you're beautiful. You remember that you're radiant. You remember that you've always been innocent. You remember that even the most horrific things that happen to you is just a setup of this freaking crazy matrix we're in. And you've never lost your spark. And it's always been there within you. And you start really feeling it, and it's almost like a cosmic joke. You start giggling with yourself. from the joy that you exist and from the joy of beauty and magic that's always been there within you. In that state, magical things start to happen. You start taking better actions of self-care. You start making better choices what kind of people you surround yourself with. When you send an email for applying for a new job, you're just sending it from completely new energetic state, which means you may be a little more sassy and playful and confident. And surprise, people get back to you also like that, So you become in the emanation station of a field that now rooted in a deep connection with your divine intelligence, your magic, your true love that has always been within. It has nothing to do with anyone outside of you. It's you. This whole thing, true love, is between you and God. Everybody else is here for the ride. And I know it may sound a little too out there and too woo-woo, but it really is like that. And once you establish this very strong connection with spirit and ridiculous joy just because you exist, all of a sudden everybody around you really love you. It's hilarious. And you don't even need them anymore, but they do. So it's like this, again, cosmic joke and conundrum. It's always like the juxtaposition. When we really, really, truly let go of the grip and we don't need something, it will come. People throw flowers at you, money at you, connections at you. We want you to rise. We want you to be supported. You're like, thank you, I'm already supported from the inside, but welcome to the party. Sure. So it's all just becoming a physical reflection, like from the nucleus of your heart to then your body blossoming like a flower, that then growing like a tree that emanates perfume and fruits. That by nature then receives the, visitors, so to speak, that would like to smell your perfume and eat your fruits. So if you get super rooted in your deep commitment to nourish your tree of life, which is your body and your consciousness, and really practice every day, so then your energy field keeps growing and you keep remembering how magical you are. And then actually act on it every single day. So every action you take, you don't just do it monotonously because you always done it or because society expects you, family expects you, this is your job. No, you start taking actions that really feel right to your body. And even if it's still a responsibility that you have to do, you now do it with a completely new attitude and you add in a new spice to it. And the whole thing starts to shift. And so this is the true shift from the inside out. You work with your energy field, you work with your heart, and ultimately when your life force will start rising through all of your energetic centers, the yogis say it's like different super capabilities opening up. People still call them super capabilities or magic or miracles, but actually what we have come here, all of us, is natural creatures. You've been designed to communicate telepathically. You've been designed to imagine things and create them. You've been designed to feel inspired in your heart and start playing music and sing because you have vocal cords. We all are designed for all of it. All of it. And society has been pushing us, only if it's your profession and only if you've been learning since 5 years old, you can maybe do that. No. Deeply inspired, free human being can very quickly learn almost anything. Because we're this quantum, especially these days. And one of the gurus, Gurudev in India, he started this thing called Art of Living, and he's been teaching this kriyas, young kids, to prove what happens to children if they don't get indoctrinated from a young age by dumbing them down and forcing them to memorize some nonsense and punishing them when they follow in their curiosity and all of that, that happens in normal schools. But actually giving them the freedom to follow their intuition and their playfulness and teaching them yogic techniques. They now all have highest form of intuition. They can read and paint with completely eyes closed, with masks on their face. They can ride bicycles with eyes closed. They're full-on superhumans. I've met these children. They flew them from India to America to California, and we all put on these masks super thick to see that they don't cheat. These children, 7 and 10 years old, this brother and sister that were brought from India, it just really shows this is what our human bodies are capable of. And so what I'm welcoming you guys today and through the practice, and of course into the rest of your life, why not, is to commit to the deep, 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 deep love affair with your own being, with the body. And it's not in a selfish way. It's actually in a deeply loving way for the world. Because the moment you activate this mystical machine that you've got, human body, you can do so much for the people. You actually become a loving emanation station everywhere you walk in. You walk in like a sunshine. Instead of like a little black hole, can somebody please tell me I'm wonderful because I don't even know it myself? You become like, everything is great and I love you. Can I give you a hug? It's just a whole other ball game once your body is full of love and full of light. And so commit to it every day, like your life depends on it, because it does. It really does. To wake up in the morning and turn into the most divine, delicious ceremony with God. And start feeling that God is within. And of course, you are actually God and Goddess, or a spark of it, if you don't want to go too far into being too self, whatever, observed. But it really is like we are gods and goddesses. We are made in the image of God, and we've been forced to believe that we are some little monkeys with very low level of capacities, but actually we are divine, limitless, and we love from the inside out. And so this is ultimately what I also want to mention here today, because it's about love today, the whole webinar, and the Valentine's Day is coming through hot very soon. A lot of us have been thinking that love is all about finding that other person and then we can experience love. But it's actually very backwards thinking, because you, in a way, you cannot find the right person to then start loving yourself and believing in love. Right person appears when you actually start emanating it from here. It's just a very natural response of the reality. Everything in your reality is a response to your inner energetic state. And if you attract someone who is not very loving and not very respectful, it's again a reflection with what's been going on inside of you, and you manifested that person into your field, and something in your karmic contract with that person that just has to play out because you're in denial yet about your self-worth, that your sexual energy attracted that being into your field to show you what is not okay. And then you will reach the point of pain, and then you will be like, you know what, no more. And then hopefully you're not going to enter into karmic contracts like this again. And again, I'm talking more about extreme examples, but of course, sometimes it could be just softer, we learn through relationships. And every relationship can be kind of like a mirror-like reflection of our karmic lessons. And if you haven't wanted to fully learn your lessons yet, in the next partner, it will come back again. So this whole life is ultimately a school, and you're here to learn some lessons. And your outer reality is just a reflection of your inner state. And so, when I came to Bali in 2020, I wrote in my journal that I want to become Kundalini Yoga and Tantra teacher and master. And I remember I met a really amazing teacher, and she told me, Luciana, start with Kundalini Yoga, because that's your inner core. That's your capacity, that's your inner light, that's your radiance. And once that is more or less stabilized, and not that there is never, some things you can always learn and expand, but just get pretty strong and clean within your own field. So then when you engage with someone, you engage not from the cleanliness or manipulation or I need something, but from like fullness. And then see what that Tantra of life will teach you. And then Tantra of life becomes a dance in every single moment. And this is ultimately what I will be teaching in a 7 weeks training. And you will be invited to make love with life on a day-to-day basis. And even I wouldn't dare to say second-to-second basis. So in the way you create, write an email, in the way you cook your breakfast, in the way you take your shower, in the way you pat your cat, what is the energy with which you engage with reality? If it's grumpy, imagine it's like as if you being grumpy in the bedroom with life. How do you think life will respond to grumpy Yeah, or with the doggy, exactly. Listen. It's like life feels you. The frequency that you send off in every single moment, that's how you make love. Just tune in about it for a moment. And if you're like in the middle of something while grabbing the phone and you're not present, that's how you make love. And if you really start looking at every single moment of your life as a lovemaking with reality, you will become much more conscious of how you do it. And you also will notice that sometimes you're a bit of a rapist. It's like you may be pushing yourself into situations that just not there for you yet. And can you actually respect that? And in some situations, you may be finding yourself and you know that you're not feeling good there. And the question is, why are you allowing yourself to be there? Why? You're not enjoying this thing, you know? So it's like, it just will bring the whole other new level of awareness. If you start looking at everything as lovemaking, it just gives you that like new lens of sensitivity and discernment. What energies you merge yourself with, what energies you do not want to merge with, and what is your attitude? Because you probably a co-creator of the energetics that is currently unfolding. So that's ultimately the way I share the teachings about Kundalini Yoga and Tantra. And on a day-to-day practice, the way it works, just the last thing that I will mention about the upcoming trainings, and then we'll begin with you the practice itself so you can experience it, is we are joining a group, and absolutely everyone becomes personally guided by me throughout the whole journey. We have one Zoom call a week, which goes on for about 4 hours. And every single person gets personally unpacked by me in real time. And I ask you very specific questions. And you basically learn some things about yourself as you speak. And you realize what's actually unfolding in your root chakra, in your safety, in your sexual chakra on the second week with your sensuality and your pleasure, in your third chakra of the willpower and your identity and how you express yourself in the world, and the heart chakra of how you share your genuine, unconditional love, with throat chakra of how you speak your truth to the world and where you're still hiding, with the third eye, where you're listening to your intuition and where you're still ignoring it. And of course, the seventh chakra, you're allowing yourself to be carrying yourself in the full majesty, in the full honor and ability of who you are as a divine soul. And so every week we fully unpack this energetics through 4-hour Zoom calls, and we also have a WhatsApp group on which we communicate every single day. And everybody is invited to record time lapse of their morning practices and put it in a group every single day. So then the energy gets super strong when a group of people practicing together, and we're holding each other accountable, and we celebrate each other growth. And then you're invited to share your insights after each practice. So your energy field starts to really expand, and you start noticing the differences within yourself, in your life, and your relationships. So really profound things happen. And, you know, like when I invite people to practice every day, and I even say this kind of a tough Slavic love, you know, but if you don't practice for at least 5 days in a row, no money back, out of the group. And it really puts people into commitment. You know, it's like when they commit to the training, they know it's like, I've committed to it to actually experience profound results. And if you don't want profound results, then get out of the group. You know, that's it. So there is no in between. You do not just like buy some online course that's somewhere like just in your folders. No. This is a field of full high level accountability, of powerful practice every day. And it's a weekly Zoom calls, groups where we really unpack each other to the core. And like Luca, who has been in my, I don't know already how many, 3 or 4 trainings, he's part of it, like he can share with you today. It's like, it's such a deep, profound field. And of course, at the end of it, and in the middle of it, everybody is so connected and feeling so much love for each other because we become a true family. We're really witnessing each other growth and expansion, and everybody reveals such deep things about themselves in the process, and so many big shifts happening in everyone's life. Sometimes they share things that they never shared with the loved ones, because finally this is a safe enough field to experience it. And during this time, really just profound magical things happen. That's all I can say about this, which is why I called it Lovelution, you know, revolution, but Lovelution of the heart. And so if you guys want to join, you're so welcome to join. And Lily, I don't know if I shared with you the links. I will offer everybody today 50% off on the training. We begin on the Valentine's Day. I decided to do it like actually on a day, you know, because some people are like grumpy on a day. I'm like, no, we're not going to be grumpy. We're going to be in love with ourselves and each other. And this is how we're going to open the field, and we're going to have the call. We can choose together with the group, either every Saturday or every Sunday going forward. And you will have access to all the teachings, all the videos and everything that is recorded in the course for the rest of your life, so you can always practice it. Anyhow, this is what I just need to share here. Yeah, Lily, if you have the links, please share the links with humans. And if you guys have any more questions, just a final thing that I always mention everywhere is that if you, for whatever reason, financially cannot afford yet to join the program, reach out to me directly. And I often offer scholarships or just a discount price that you still can join. I really believe in the collective intelligence and generosity of the field. When there's a deep desire from someone to experience this, it always comes back in some other way to me in any ways. So I want to meet you where you're at, and I don't ever want you to feel like, oh, I so would love to do this, and I'm just cannot do it right now financially. Like, trust me, when there's a will, there's a way. Okay? So if you want, you can reach out to me by email, aliciana@godsatplay.com, or you can reach out to me on Instagram, aliciana.ra. So that's the final things that I will share in the spoken realms. There's like a whole other thing that I can show you on my website, like this beautiful program that will have access to for the rest of your life with the meditations and Kundalini yoga practices and breath work and But I think maybe later at the end of the call. Right now, let's just practice. So we still have another 50 minutes or so. I actually want you to experience what am I talking here about. And throughout this process, I really welcome you to go deep within yourself. Most of the practice, we do it with eyes closed. Focus on the third eye point. So eyes are upward and inward. Why are we doing it? To activate our pineal gland and our pituitary gland. For majority of the practice, when especially at the end, we sit straight with spine straight, shoulders open. So then the life force can move very freely through you. If you can, put some kind of a pillow or something under your butt cheeks so it can give you that structure and that support. And ultimately enjoy. And look at this whole practice as a deep love affair with yourself, with God. And even if this is the first and the last time we see each other, I welcome for you to go so deep into this and remember the sensation of profound devotion and remembrance how beautiful you are, always, no matter what happens. And carry that sensation with you for the rest of your life. All right, let's begin gently. So excited about this one. Okay, I welcome you to sit up straight. So legs could be kind of like cross-legged, spine straight, open. Take a deep breath in, deep breath out. And start moving your body in the circles. And I welcome you to find the parts in your body that really need that deeper love, deeper breath, deeper attunement. And maybe start moving in the circles on the other side. Find in your spine, in your neck, where does it feel good to stretch? Start bringing awareness to this mystical, magical vehicle called human body. The spacesuit for our infinite soul. And now gently rise in the hands to the sky and stretching to one side, opening up your rib cage, breathing in and breathing out, expanding that side of the body. And gently moving to the other side, again expanding, breathing deeper. And when you're ready, Bringing the hands back and opening up your chest, your throat. Relaxing, opening up. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Ready, gently come back and settle in with spine straight, shoulders open, hands on your knees like a beautiful, majestic Buddha. Deep, slow breath in. Holding the breath on the top. And now gently lock your root lock, which means squeezing your anus, your sexual organs, your lower abdominals, holding the breath while shoulders are relaxed. Majestic, simple pause. And gently breathing out. And again, holding the breath, locking the root lock. When we're empty, squeezing sexual organs, low abdominals. Opening up the shoulders, focus on mid-eyebrow point, stay here. Deep breath in and a deep breath out. And just observe your body when it's in a complete relaxation. And we will gently move into our opening mantra, which is Om Namo Gurudev Namo. I typed it in the chat box if you need to see how it's written. Om is a feminine sound that it invites the creative wisdom all around us to enter our body. And so Om Namo, I bow to the creative wisdom. And Gurudev Namo, I bow to my own inner Guru, to my capacity to transmute darkness into light. Guru quite literally means dark and light. And so we celebrate our inner capacity, our ability to transmute even difficult situations into more light, into more love, into more awareness, into more compassion. And Dev means I always do my best. So we sing this mantra 3 times to celebrate our inner harmony of feminine and masculine. And merge in with the golden chain of all the teachers that have come before us, protected this knowledge, and shared it from a teacher to the initiate for a very long time. I welcome you to start rubbing the hands together and feel the heat. And in this heat, I welcome you very clearly, crystallize your intention, your request, your reclamation. I am choosing to step into this frequency. I am choosing to embody this in my life. I am choosing to walk into this timeline and fully meet all of it in the totality of my greatness, of my potential, of the deepest love, and share love with everyone around me. Whatever your intention, make it clear. And when you're ready, press palms one against another, open your chest, open your back, feel the warmth of your intention between your palms, focus on the third eye point. And here we're going to take a couple of deep breaths in and out and chant the mantra Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om is a sound of O-N-G. It sounds in your head kind of like a vibrational ball. And allow it to vibrate all of your body. That is how we start to massage in our whole nervous system, and especially our pineal gland and our pituitary gland. So the more you sound and vibrate, the stronger your whole nervous system starts to get activated and opened up. So let's take a deep breath in through the nose. Deep breath out through the mouth. Deep breath in through the nose. Deep breath out through the mouth. Deep breath in, and we chant together 3 times to open the space. Gurundev Namo. Gurundev Namo. Gurundev Namo. Take a deep breath in. Hold your breath, lock your root lock, open your shoulders, focus on mid-eyebrow point and stay here in the center of your being, in the stillness and the majesty of your soul. And when you're ready, gently breathe out, relax, let go, meditate. Start noticing the sensations in your body and presence that's always been here, that grounded contentment that is here when we don't rush, when we don't chase. It's just right here, right now. Beautiful. And from this space, let's begin into our classic cat and cow. We always open the practice to get our spines going. So we get on our fours, hands right under your shoulders and knees right under your hips. And we're gonna breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, everything goes up. Breathe out, everything goes down. And when you breathe out, make sure you become so empty as the belly button touching your spine. And imagine the mantra Sat Nam, Sat Nam. And continue to say this mantra in your mind, not out loud. And so what does it mean? It means I am truth. Truth is my identity. I always follow my intuition. And in that way, you're starting to commit to the deepest truth within and never ever again betray your innate knowing. And so no more thoughts, just Sat Nam, Sat Nam. Keep breathing through the nose, breath in and breath out. And start maybe slowly, but then with time, as you gain the momentum, start speeding up and deepen the breath and deepen the movement. Sat Nam. Focus on the third eye point, eyes are closed. Enjoy 3 minutes. So we're opening up here our spine, our whole life force, all of our chakras' capacity to receive more and more energy, more and more breath. And so feel how you're receiving that love, that support, that enrichment with every breath in. And as you're breathing out, you're letting go like a tree, everything you don't need, effortlessly leaving your body. Breathe deeply. opening up your spine more and more, deeper and deeper your breath. Keep chanting the mantra Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam. Keep opening up. Feel how the vehicle is preparing to receive a lot of energy and a lot of love. Sat Nam, Sat Nam. Feeling the love and the truth entering your body so deeply. Last 10 seconds, the deepest breath, the strongest movement. And a deep breath in, bringing your head up. Holding the breath, lock in the root lock, stay here. Breath out, let go. And again, hold the breath when you're empty. Lock your root lock. And a deep breath in into the center. And a deep breath out and go into child's pose, hands in the prayer, third eye on the floor. Open up your legs and relax your belly, relax your head. Let go and feel the love entering into your body because you're breathing and you're breathing out with gratitude and love is emanating from you effortlessly. When you're ready, slowly, gently rise and settle back in again on your knees. So it's called a rock pose. You can settle on a pillow, on the carpet, or whichever way is cozy for you. Sit up straight, kind of like a sphinx. So a little sphinx over here. And a deep breath in. Bringing your body open and breath out. Again, close it. Kind of similar way how we were just doing it. But sitting upwards. Breath in, breath out. Breath in, breath out. And feel the opening of your heart, of your awareness, of your whole being. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. I am truth. Truth is my identity. whatever you haven't opened in your previous movement, find the nooks and crannies in your body right now. Open them up. Breathe in more love. Breathe in more acceptance. Breathe in more kindness with every breath in and every breath out. Start smiling to yourself. What does it feel like when you're just loving? You're a loving being and you love yourself. And love comes from the inside out. And now welcome you to speed up the breath and the movement for 30 seconds. Activate the energy, activate the deepest love and the deepest breath. Deep breath in, open the heart. Hold in the breath, full of prana. Hold in the root lock. Open the shoulders. Focus on the third eye point. Stay here. Majestic, beautiful, full of so much love, so much awareness, so much remembrance how amazing we all are, innately, naturally. And when you're ready, gently breathe out, relax and meditate. When you're ready, slowly, gently come back to the easy pose, when you're just sitting on a pillow and legs could be cross-legged. And let's activate our energy in our upper channels. These few practices I shared every class just because it's a classic one, and when you go deeper into it, of course, more stuff gets added, but some always stay because it's just so necessary to move the energy specifically. So here we're moving the energy in upper channels to let go of any tension or worries or thought forms that really don't support us. And so the way we do it is breath in, breath out, breath in, breath out. And when you breathe out, feel like you're dropping it like it's hot. All of your self-doubts, all of your judgments, all of the judgments of parents and ex-lovers and society, just out, 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 out. All through the nose. Focus on the third eye point and imagine Sat Nam, Sat Nam. Feel like you're clearing your vessel from any heavy weight, any unnecessary stuck energy out of the body. What are you ready to let go of that has been stopping you from the deepest self-love, the most audacious way of shining your beautiful radiance? Drop it now, with choice, with clarity, with devotion. And when you're ready, we're going to gently speed up and going to do double speed. Let's go. Breath in, breath out, breath in, breath out. Let's go. Shoulders up. Hold your shoulders and now squeeze your fists, your face, collect your root lock, hold everything together and feel the determination of the power of your spirit. Meet yourself in your totality. Hold it. And when you're ready, let go of the sound. Breathe out and meditate. Enjoy the waves of energy moving through the body. Beautiful. And now from here, let's go into delicious movements of the spine to the 8, to the left, kind of creating this like spiral movements of never-ending energy. First to the left against the clock, and get very specific about truly opening up every single part of your spine. We're creating the pathways for your life force to start coming through it. We're opening up the field. Breathing in when you go forward deeply, breathing out when you go back. And here I welcome you to visualize what energies of dishonor, self-judgment, low self-esteem have been lurking in your body, and it's time to really clean them out of your psyche, out of your body, out of your life. And notice them, thank them for their lessons, and send them out. Feel your body getting cleared out from those energies. Breath in, breath out. Clear it. Gently change the direction to your right, clockwise. And now envision the timeline in which you are the most honest, the most courageous, playful, loving being that you ever can be, and see it right now in every cell of your being, and see how that timeline is playing out. See it, feel it, believe it, anchor it in your bones, dance into it. Breathe in, going forward, breathe out, going backwards. Fully celebrate this timeline as a reality here and now. together. Take a deep breath in. Hold your breath. Hold your root lock. Meet yourself in the center of your being. Focus on the third eye point. Stay here fully. Fingers in Gyan Mudra, where index finger meets the thumb, and hold it for as long as you can. And a deep breath out. Witness your presence, your deepest fountain of love, infinite fountain in your heart. And now let's do a bit of a balancing of feminine and masculine, sympathetic and parasympathetic system. Close your right nostril. Put the other two fingers on your third eye and gently breathe in from the left. Hold the breath when you're on the top. Open your shoulders, spine is straight. Lock your root lock. Squeeze in the anus and sexual organs. Stay here. Majestic, present, full of prana, full of life force within. Close in the left nostril with the ring finger and gently breathing out from the right. Hold in the breath when we're empty. And now deep breath in from the right. Hold in the breath on the top. Root lock. Open your shoulders. Gently opening up the left nostril and breathing out from the left. And now go at your own pace. This was one round. Take again deep breath in from the left. Very slowly stretch everything. Hold the breath on the top and try not to have tension, just a relaxed, majestic pause. Closing the left nostril, breathing out from the right. Holding it. Deep breath in from the right. Holding it. Closing the right nostril and breathing out from the left. And now go at your own pace, 2 rounds, very slowly, very deeply. Enjoy every moment of deepest presence.
Try to elongate everything and find the deepest presence in every pause, every millisecond of breath in and breath out. Stretch everything. And gently close down the final round. And when you're ready, relax the right hand and take a deep breath in from both nostrils. Fingers in Gyan Mudra, where index finger meets the thumb. On your knees, hold the breath, open the shoulders, focus on the third eye point, stay here. Majestic, beautiful, divine being. And gently breathing out. Meditating and remembering who we really are. Beautiful. And from this space, slowly, gently, let's open up our hearts. Let's first open up the shoulders. We always do this exercise again in these shorter webinars, just because it's crucial to keep our hearts open. So stretch it backwards, feeling where has been there any judgment, any intolerance, any harshness, any unforgiveness in your body, in your heart. Tune into it. One of my favorite teachers, he says, there's 3 steps to opening the hearts. Allow, accept, embrace. So first you just allow yourself to acknowledge what's been there. Maybe it's pain, maybe it's harshness, maybe it's judgment. And then you accept. You're like, yep, that's exactly what's been going on. This is what I've been feeling. I'm with it. I accept that that's what's been happening. And then embrace is you start giving it a big hug and lots of love and forgiveness, and that thing starts to melt like an ice wall, and here's your heart. And so allow yourself to move through the steps as we're going to do this kriya. So the finger is going to be big thumbs behind and the rest of the fingers up front. Breath in to the left, breath out to the right. So it's, and start gently, because I've been doing it for 6 years, so it's very easy for me to do it. For some of you, maybe the heart will be very gentle and may even hurt. Be kind and loving and gentle with yourself. And so just begin where you are. Breath in to the left, breath out to the right. And gently start opening up. Every time a little bit more. Focus on the third eye point. Shoulders are open. And feel like your whole heart is opening up into forgiveness, into compassion. First for yourself, and from that space for others. breath in, reach yourself in the center. Hold it. And deep breath out. Allow the emotions, the feelings to come. Breathe deeply. Notice which parts of you are finally ready to be tended to with more tenderness, more kindness. Where have you been not listening to your inner child, your most innocent, your most tender part of you, and it's time now to tend to it. Breathe into it with more love, with more awareness, with more kindness. And from this space, let's activate our hearts even more. Let's start moving the hands backwards and opening up our chest and going with a breath of fire through the nose. So it's breathing out and feel like you're rising like a phoenix. This is one of my favorite exercises ever. It really does open up your field so much and your heart. And feel like you're rising through anything and everything that have ever took you down and made you shut down and close your heart and be terribly disappointed at life. And yet here you are rising again. And you're breathing out like a beautiful phoenix rising from ashes. Focus on the third eye point. Go for it. Tune in into your majesty. Tune in into your invincibility of the heart. And dance to it. Find that audacity to be in your radiance, to be in the deepest love. Come on, 35 seconds. Fly. Seconds, powerful breath. And now deep breath in, hold it. And now keep holding the hands and breathe out and put the head back. Open up your throat and open up your chest and merge with the universe. Long, deep breathing. Ah. Gently, very slowly come back down, settle in, and breathe and meditate on the remembrance of how innately beautiful you are, and that love is coming from the inside out like a beautiful sun. From this space, let's start gently moving our throat chakra. Just the head moving to the left against the clock. 8 slow circles to the left and then 8 slow circles to the right. And I welcome you to be very gentle, very attentive, like the best lover that actually listens to the movements of your soul, to the subtle fluctuations of your breath. Very gently caress every part of your being. Breath in, breath out. Change the direction to your right, clockwise. Open up your field, your body to so much love within and without. Gently meet yourself on the center. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Allow yourself to meditate in the deepest presence of love within us. And when you're ready, slowly, gently open up your legs as wide as you can, and just maybe gently first shake them if there is any tension, and then we can see them for a while. So just shake it, shake it, shake it. And once the legs are more or less settled into open position, we're going to be breathing in when we're on the top and breathing out going one way. And then again, breathing in on the top and breathing out going the other way. Try to lean with your belly rather than with your head. And just get into a good groovy flow. Really enjoy it. Breath in, breath out. Breath in, breath out. And I welcome you to tune in to what tension, what pain are you ready to finally gently dissolve or gently embrace. Allow yourself to be truly attentive to every sensation in your body. And keep synchronizing with the breath. Breath in, breath out. Breath in, breath out. And now gently change the direction. Breathing in when you go upward and breathing out when you go down. Breath in, breath out. Up and down. And start opening up any tension left. Expanding yourself into the deepest compassion, deepest surrender, deepest kindness.
Signal for me, sound. Signal for me, sound. Signal for me, sound. Signal for me, someone.
When you're ready, take the deepest breath in, lean forward, hold it, and now breathe out and relax into the stretch while breathing normally and deeply, and allow your body to just surrender into the opening, not because you're pushing, but because you're relaxing, because the gravity itself is opening you up. And when you're ready, slowly, gently, in no rush, come back into the sitting position of how it started. Spine is open, shoulders are open. Chin is slightly tucked in, feeling your beauty, feeling your majesty. And from this space, we're entering into our final Kriya, which is a really beautiful Kriya. It's designed to remove any energetics out of our mind that are not ours, or that are not supportive, or that are not real highest truth for our soul. And so we're going to put the fingers in Gyan Mudra, like this. And we're going to be moving like a Paisika Vaisa sign above our head, right? Like circles that intersect. And it's going to be Sat Nam, Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru. And what it means is the truth, I celebrate you, I celebrate you. And you allow yourself to anchor into so much authentic way of being that there is nothing left but the truth and love. No nonsense, no confusion, no manipulation, no judgments can just enter into that field. And so I welcome you to see how you purify in your field and enter into like a celebration, a dance. Feel the beaming aura expanding with every breath, every movement. And we're going to go on like that for about 6 minutes and then enter into the deepest Shavasana and relaxation. All right, let's do it. Hold it. And use your voice out loud. Sat Nam, Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru.
Sat Nam, Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru. Sat Nam, Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru. Sat Nam, Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru. Sat Nam, Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru. Sat Nam, Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru. Sat Nam, Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru. Sat Nam, Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru. Sat Nam, Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru. Sat Nam, Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru. Sat Nam, Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru. Sat Nam, Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru. Sat Nam, Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru. Sat Nam, Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru. Sat Nam, Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru. Sat Nam, Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru. Sat Nam,
lock your hands above your head, into like a lock above your head. Feel your aura shining bright, holding the breath. Feeling the mantra vibrating in every cell of our being as the deepest cosmic truth. And when you're ready, gently breathe out. Relax your hands and meditate. Allow yourself to anchor into the deepest presence, into the deepest relaxation. And from this place, very slowly, very gently transition into the Shavasana, into full integration with what we moved today, what we felt today. And I welcome you to shake a little bit the hands, the legs, if there's any tension left in any parts of the body, and then fully let go and enjoy for 3 minutes. Surrender. Gently take a deep breath into the heart and a deep breath out. And I welcome you to anchor the sensation of the fullness of the heart. When we're still, when we're relaxed, when we don't chase, when we don't try to prove, we're just here and now. There's so much love here. And just breathing in our natural state, our natural fullness, natural beauty. Committing to always stay connected to this state and make all choices from this state. And now gently hug the right knee to your chest with both hands and put it all the way to the left on the ground and twist your upper part of the body to the right. Deep breath in and a deep breath out. And when you're ready, gently switch and hug the left knee to your chest. And put it all the way to the right on the ground and twist your upper body to the left. Deep breath in and a deep breath out. And when you're ready, hug the two knees to your chest, massage your lower back. Deep breath in and breath out, and start to rock and roll forward and backwards. And gently, when you're ready, rise back up into sitting position. Meet yourself at the center, deep breath in and a deep breath out. And gently give yourself a good hug and say something nice to yourself. I love you, I appreciate you, I see you, I'm here to hold you. Thank you so much. And when you're ready, gently, let's start rubbing the hands together. And I welcome you to sense the gratitude for yourself, for your body, for your loved ones, for your friends, and even for your challenges that are so lovingly designed by the universe so you can step into your highest self and stop holding back. Thank everything. And when you're ready, press palms one against another, holding it. And here we're gonna sing the closing mantra Sat Nam 3 times. I am truth, truth is my identity. Long Sat and short Nam. And first, let's just keep focusing on the third eye point. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Deep breath out through the mouth. And again, deep breath in through the nose. Deep breath out through the mouth. And we chant the mantra 3 times. Deep breath in. Sat. Satnam. 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 Deep breath in. Hold the breath, hold the root lock, open your shoulders, focus on the third eye point, and remember the sensation of fullness, of beauty, of majesty, of innate innocence here and now and always. And a deep breath out. Satnam, thank you so much for your practice. Thank you so much for showing up. Thank you so much for connecting to your deeper innate nature, the divine beauty within. Such an honor and such a joy to always practice with you and remember with you who we really are on the inside. Rock and roll. Yes. Satnam, namaste. Thank you so much, guys. Such a joy to be here with you. And if some of you wants to turn on your mic and say hello, or share how you're feeling, and maybe there are some sensations that came through. Thanks, Shak. Or anything you want to ask, it's all good. You can join. This is our satsang. Yes, guys, we will send a recording tomorrow. It is okay to feel a little bit achy. You know, sometimes we have some stagnated energy in the body. And so when we start doing these movements, it's like it's moving through the clutter. So in the beginning, it can feel a bit uncomfortable or painful, and it's okay. Be kind, be forgiving with your body. And yeah, feel free to turn on your mic, say hi. Jen.
Hi.
Hello.
I'd love to say an absolute heartfelt thank you. Amazing. I feel so much calmer, and doing all of those exercises, you know, the arms over the head and the cat cow, I was aching, and I was thinking, why am I aching?
Mm. Mm. Energy. Energy is moving, you know, like the Kundalini yoga. Sometimes, like normal yoga, people think, oh, it's my muscles or my body needs to be stronger to do asanas. But Kundalini yoga, it's energetic yoga. So there's something in the body that's aching on emotional level, on energetic level. So when we start doing these movements, we come face to face with that. And when we move through it, it gets healed, it gets restored, it gets strengthened and softened, whatever it is that your body needs. So I'm so happy that you got a chance to feel into your body deeper, and I welcome you to practice it more and more. Because when we start practicing more and more, the initial protective layers of pain and numbness dissolve, and underneath there's so much goodness and beauty and magic and superpowers and life force. Just it's an infinite Pandora box of goodness ultimately. So keep leaning into it, keep practicing. This practice, you know, will be for free for everybody in the recording, so enjoy it. And if of course you want to join the training, then also reach out and maybe you can join us as well starting this Valentine's Day. And thank you so much, Jen. It's a joy to share the time and space with you.
Thank you. You are unbelievably, not unbelievably, sorry, that's the wrong word. You are undeniably amazing. And I just feel that my shoulders were really tense while my you know, the arm rolls, which we did, and my shoulders were screaming at me that there's a lot of tension, and I was like, I couldn't do 3 minutes. I couldn't do 3 minutes on any of it because I ached everywhere. Maybe that's a good thing.
It's a beginning. It's a beginning. I also in the beginning was cracking on every part, and I was shocked actually because I've been, pretty physical. I used to live in New York, and when I moved to Bali, when I first did this training, and I was just like, I go for a run on a regular basis. I do boxing. I do cycling. Why is my body hurting?
Yeah.
um, and yet it
Yeah.
was hurting, and it's just the energy was stagnated in specific energetic channels, and it just needed to be felt, moved through, held through. And another big thing that's happening in this practice is that once you start moving the energy, you start realizing certain things like, I should be here, more kind to yourself. Oh, I should definitely let go of that. Like aha moments start coming. And then the real
Yeah.
yoga is, are you going to do the thing that you realized on the yoga mat? And so if you're going to do the thing in your life, meaning letting go of toxic relationships, changing your habits, whatever it is you realize there, if you
Right.
do it in real life, the pain disappears. You see? So pain just comes there to remind you that you've been a bit off track, that you have not
Um,
been honoring your energetic body, your soul, your path. And then it's like a red sign. It's like, hello, I'm pain. I would like to inform you. Some things have not been good here. Could you please course correct? And then when you go on course correct in your life, do the yoga of life, you come back on the
mm.
yoga mat and you're like, huh, this is nice. This is easy. Because you
Oh, I see.
tended your
Right.
energy back.
So, am I right in saying this is the beginning of moving energy, of stuck energy, of trauma, and everything in the body? And
Yep.
then, obviously, that won't go away in 5 minutes, and I understand and fully respect that. So, what is the difference between this and, like, I don't know, like a hatha yoga?
Yeah, it works on more subtle realms, basically, because,
Right.
we can go from very dense, meaning like physical matter, to very subtle, like the breath, and to even more subtle, the thoughts, and even more
Right.
subtle, just emotion, right? Before it even got shaped into words. It's like subtler and subtler and subtler. And so with Hatha
Right.
yoga, it still
Mm.
works with the dense body, muscles, postures, strength, right? Which also helps, by the way. It prepares the body to open up and stretch. So also the energy starts flowing in Hatha yoga. I love Hatha yoga as well. But
Mhm.
Kundalini yoga, it goes more and more subtle. So it touches the little crevices of your soul that
Right.
previously may not have been touched. You see? It's like very subtle aspects of our psyche. It's our subconscious that's, you don't know that you don't know, these
Yeah.
parts.
Yeah.
And so it touches them with energy, with breath, with some relaxation, some like somatic, just and it finally touched that thing. And now the
Right.
energy
Mm.
starts to get healed, unraveled, and ultimately, actually, it blossoms. And in the beginning, sometimes people get scared, like they're like, oh, I feel a lot of pain, or I feel a lot of emotion, so whatever. But it's actually so beautiful. It means like, wow, the energy is working on you. You've touched in the points. Now just give it more love, more gentleness. And with time, you will see, you will move through it, and your body will just blossom and will thank you for it. And not just your body, but your soul, your energy level, and your whole life as a result. But it starts
Mm.
from the nucleus aspects of our consciousness, and Kundalini yoga, it's called yoga of consciousness. So it works with the subtlest aspects of your soul, basically.
Wow. Wow. It's uh, something has definitely touched because um, I don't know how to I don't know how to articulate it. It was just, like you, and you're saying you do all these exercises, and I've done all that hard impact, and I feel now,
Hmm.
looking back, I was probably, we call it self-harm. So it was probably punishing my body by putting myself through all of those, like lifting heavy weights, doing strength training, weight training, martial arts, all sorts of things. It was I just feel now it was probably punishing myself from the trauma that I suffered. And
Mm,
now, because I've never been so gentle on myself, and with this, it is, sorry, not was, it is so immense and so liberating. I just feel all I want to do is shout out Satnam, Satnam. um, and it's amazing. And I thought dancing, because I do a lot of dancing, would have brought this out, but it hasn't even touched it. So you are a miracle.
thank you so much. Thank you, Jivan. And it's my pleasure to share this with you. This is the reason why I turned this whole teaching into my mission. And because I really believe, like, I mean, I don't just believe, I know through my own lived experience that if every human being activates their life force energy to the highest level, we're gonna be creating heaven and earth. Because once humans are joyful and empowered and radiant within, it's pretty hard to manipulate them. It's pretty hard to force them to hate somebody, like we just really come back to our fullness.
Yeah.
And so I really wish that for every single human being. And also somebody asked for the playlist. I shared it here, guys. What I've been sharing. When I play music, I kind of go between different tracks. I feel the energy of the class, and I go. It's not in the same order that I played, but there's a lot of songs that I played today. So if you guys want to use it at home, enjoy it. And also feel free to just check out my website, godsatplay.com, to read more about Kundalini Yoga and what this is about. And there's a first practice, an hour and 15 minutes practice on the first landing page that is free, that you can also fully experience and enjoy it,
Mm.
whether you join the training or not. Just get into the flow of doing it. And the reason why I do recommend to join, of course, the training with me is because the accountability and the support system is when you're invited to practice every day and you're supported by a group of people, you of course like just much more motivated and much more supported, and you will see really massive results. So if you guys feel inspired, absolutely do join and reach out to me if you need support with payment plans or whatever it is that you may need. It would be such a joy to have you guys with us.
Oh, you truly are sensational. But yeah, I'm sorry I have to go right now. It's 4:20 in the UK, and
Wow.
I've got to get back to my other deadlines. But I'm not going to stress about it. I am going to smile and just say, I have just given myself the most amazing gift with thanks to you.
Thank you so much, Jen. Sending you so much love. Enjoy the
A-
beautiful day. Keep
And
shining.
sending you so much love too. And thank you so, so much.
Thank you, beauty. Thank you.
You
Woohoo!
take care.
Keep shining, guys. Yay, thank you so much. And also, yeah, I'm just reading the comments here, guys. So sweet. Yes, thank you, Larissa, for mentioning exactly the truth and love is like really our turning and returning point. Like if I've met a lot of spiritual people on my path. It's been 7 years of nonstop living in India and Bali, living in ashrams, months of fasting. I've done dark retreats, like 11 days in complete darkness, in deepest meditations, 6 vipassanas. Like I've done a lot of stuff to activate this body and the soul. And yeah, it's still coming back to the same thing. If I don't feel love, it's all pointless. It's all pointless. It doesn't matter how much money you make. It doesn't matter how spiritual you are. It doesn't mean like nothing matters unless you allow yourself to open up your heart. This is truly is the quantum leap and the quantum upgrade. If we allow ourselves to really go into it, and the good part about it, it's always within us. It's not up to anyone to allow us to go there. It's our own decision. It's our own choice to tend to these parts within us that we have been abandoning. And this is an important thing to also to admit, like sometimes through our upbringing, through our parents, through certain dishonoring situations, we have learned from a young age that it's unsafe to listen to our emotions, or it's unsafe to express them, or it's unsafe to even be or to exist. And we've got so good at numbing in our own feelings that it takes a minute sometimes to even feel what we actually feel and feel what we want to express and what is our truth. And so with this specific practice. It just allows you to start unpeeling the layers of self-protection and numbness, and you finally start touching the nerve and the cord of something that's just like, oof, I haven't been with this part of me for a long while. Okay, here's my love to it. I love you so much. I forgive you. I forgive anyone who's ever been involved in whatever the situations. Let's just hug and cry. And so the more step by step we touch these parts within ourselves, the more empowered and radiant we become. And of course, our relationships transform. I kind of call it like ayahuasca without ayahuasca. I don't know if you guys done ayahuasca ceremonies ever. It's this really mystical plant in South America. When you go into this journey, it starts traveling through your body once you take a cup, and it travels through you, and it finds parts within you that are not yet wholesome, and it starts to eliminate the pain, and then it starts giving the love, and the thing gets healed. It's like your wound finally, genuinely, truly gets recuperated, not a band-aid, actually healed from inside out. And honestly, I've continued to experience it through Kundalini yoga. Every time I do the same practice, I just keep receiving more and more restoration, recognition, reclamation, recovery, and all of a sudden I'm good. I'm good. I can go about my day, even though I started it maybe in a grumpy or sad or upset state. It really is a superpower. Yes, Larissa, and speaking about the crying, it's so good to cry, guys. When we cry with tears, there's so many toxins are coming out of our body. It's so good for us. There's such an incredible release happening for the body. You know, there's 3 alchemical reactions in the body: orgasm, laughter, and crying. These 3 things cannot be faked. And the 3 so good for us. Orgasm, laughing, and crying. Because they're genuine, and it's like juices coming out of you in whichever way, or just genuine laughter, whatever. It's like genuine response of the energy. So allow yourself to feel whatever it is you feel, and let the energy move. Emotion is called like the energy in motion. Once you let the emotion to come and you fully felt it and you acknowledged it and you've been with it, finally it actually is free to flow, because you don't hold it hostage and you don't deny it. You actually set with it. And I feel it's one of the biggest, most revolutionary acts these days is for us to actually tend to our inner scape, heal what's within us, so we can become powerful, sovereign, full cups that come into relationship, come into creations with confidence, with joy, with creativity, and with capacity to even hold space for other people. The more whole we become, the less personal we take everything. Like nothing can even in a way touch you when you really know you're good. If you know you're in integrity, if you know you're in deep love, and if somebody even misjudged you, I mean, the worst thing, you can just feel compassion for them, that they are so in pain that they need to project some stuff into you. Like when you're really in a grounded center, you're good. And so from this space, we can become an emanation station and a space of empowerment and healing for many people around us. And I really believe this is the true virus that is needed on our planet, is the virus of love and virus of healed people walking around and by their sheer presence healing the field around them. I'm trying to remember, Larissa, what did you mention? By repeating the teaching I had mentioned from one of my teachers when working with the heart opening. You mean I mentioned something during the Kundalini yoga, like when we were doing this?
Yes, I believe when you're like touching like anger or what have you not, and you said 3 words where it was like you
Yes.
acknowledge it,
Yes.
you acknowledge it, and then you sit with it.
Allow, accept, embrace.
Allow,
Yes.
accept, embrace, right?
Yes, it's Richard Rath's teachings from Jinkies, which by the way I also use in my Kundalini yoga training, because there are certain associated Jinkies associated with chakras. And it's actually the structure for the universal love, 25th Jinki, which moves from constriction, acceptance, and universal love. And he says when it's in constriction, like it's too, he's like, at least just allow it. Just allow, just acknowledge it's there. Can you just be with it, you know? And then second is like, okay, I accept it. It's there. I don't resist it. I'm with it. Fine. Maybe it hurts, maybe it's uncomfortable, but I'm with it. And then the final one is embrace, when you're like, okay, I'm gonna hug it. There are some wounded parts been within me, or maybe within someone, and I'm gonna love it so hard that it will be transmuted into love sooner than later. You know, as they say, there's like one African proverb: when one child that felt the most unloved burns the village. You know, they say it's like when they what they do in Africa, when one boy, especially sometimes girls, but mostly boys, when they feel too angry to shut down and they want to hurt everybody around them, they with the whole village they invite them into the circle and they sit him in a circle and they start telling him everything that they deeply appreciate about him, and they literally love the shit out of him, that he cracks to remember how wonderful he is and how much he is loved. And so his defense mechanisms and his need to fight dissolves in the power of love. And I so wish, you know, on our planet we would address pain like that, you know. I'm sure we would heal things much, much quicker. And, you know, of course it's radical. And for some people it's like, you know, now this whole story with Jeffrey Epstein and all of this, like things rise into the surface, like, can we love this darkness to this degree?
Yeah.
You know, can we tune in when, at what point in their life, in their childhood, they got so strayed from what's the beauty of life that they completely disconnected their soul from life, you know? It's a deep inquiry, you know, and I've been digging into it very deeper, you know, like before Kundalini Yoga, I was a filmmaker and an actress, and actually I was making a film about human trafficking, and not to shock anyone, but I contacted Jeffrey Epstein and I spoke to him 4 months before he got arrested. It's all now in the files with my name and everything. And that was my mission, to tune in into this darkness so deeply to understand it, you know.
Yeah.
So I feel, guys, we're all here on a mission, you know, which is why I keep calling it Lovelution, because I feel if we develop such a strong, powerful capacity in our heart to shine that love, we will change the world. But we have to be strong in the heart. So please give anchoring that love and light. Yeah, so beautiful to see you, Larissa. Thank you so much for
You
joining.
too, Allison. Yeah, thank you very much. I really appreciate you. And yeah, this is my second time joining you. And I literally just opened my email and it was like, your email was sitting there, and I thought I had just missed it. I thought I would just came in the end, and then you were just starting. I was like, oh, perfect.
Voila.
Yeah, yeah. And yeah,
Fine.
I've just been experiencing so many huge, profound shifts like within me, like anchoring so much more of my soul light and love. Like it's everything that's going on. I just feel like I feel like my soul has literally come down more into my body, and I'm holding space for everything that's like coming up within the collective. Like I just feel like something's been activated inside of me, like from God, and I'm just like, I'm here to serve. I can do this, and like everything is just like switched right on. And I'm like, I am a child of God. I have the faith. No matter what happens, like heaven on earth is being created. That's why we're here. That's why all of this is coming out, so we can anchor it in. You know? So like I'm just flowing, crying, getting out there when I'm told to, and I'm just learning to not question as much. Because yeah, that ego, it's okay, ego, right? We gotta love that ego. We gotta love it. It's
Our
okay.
little
It's a
assistant. We need to
mistake.
love our assistant, you know.
Yes, exactly. I'm sorry for letting you drive for so long. And you but I love you and thank you for all your lessons and all your protection. but I am here now.
Meow.
Thank you, Alessiana.
Happy. Thank you, Beauty. Thank you, Larissa. Thank you for sharing. And hi, Vilma. Good to
You
connect with
brought me
you.
back to Kundalini with this session because I last year wanted to become a Kundalini teacher and study in New York. I'm in New York, by the way.
I lived there for 12.
And just something happened that there just didn't collect enough people for the first time. And I couldn't do the Kundalini teacher training. And I got so frustrated and I just dropped it totally. Didn't even practice. And today, again, this morning, I don't even know how I saw the email and opened. And just like that, you brought me back. I'm like, oh, this is, yes, I remember why I wanted to do that. Yes, this is the essence.
Amazing, amazing, Beauty.
So thank you for that.
My pleasure, my pleasure. So how are you feeling? Were there any insights? How's the energy moving? What was happening? If you feel like sharing during the practice.
Oh, I was just blessed to have sun in my face. So with the sun, I'm always even more elevated. Um, what was happening? Just, some tinglings and colors and images and aliveness and heat and all life, awakening the body.
Yep.
Yeah, so
Yeah. It's
I'm
precious,
just
right?
excited
It's
to
like,
see it. I'm just excited to see like this is one lesson after not doing for a long time. And then I just imagine if this is happening already in one session, I just know that after several, it's just gonna be so, yeah.
yeah, yeah. It's like I always say it's my personal drug of choice, you know? Some
Mhm.
people take whatever, psychedelics or something. It's like, I just take my prana. It's free, it's legal, and you get high and you get very clear and you get incredibly guided by your divine soul and you get aroused and turned on by simply existing. I mean, it's like literally win-win-win, and you're still fully
Mhm.
capable of getting things done. It's like,
It's the most clear drug, it's such a good drug. Jeez, no, how to say bad things next day.
exactly, exactly.
Just good, better
No,
ones.
there's no consequences.
No consequence, that's the word.
Yes, yes. Where are you from, love, by the way?
Lithuania.
Ah, Lithuania. Yeah, I felt some Slavic realms coming through hot. Yeah, I'm from Belarus.
Where are you
Beautiful. Good.
from?
Belarus.
Belarus.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes,
yeah. I speak Russian
right
as
there,
well.
neighbor.
hmm Beautiful, beautiful. All right, love. Well, good to connect with you. I may be even coming to New York for a hot second. I'm coming to Costa Rica in 2 weeks for Envision, and then I may stop by New York for a week to like do some social security, new banking cards, blah blah blah. I haven't been there for a year and a half, so I feel like maybe it's time to pop in there, but we shall see. Follow me on Instagram and everywhere because they are announced through stories if I do any classes, do any things in New York, so maybe we'll connect there in person.
Yes, that would be lovely.
Yeah, yeah. Good to connect, love. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing.
I already followed you, so I will see.
All right. Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, guys, and just the last thing that I want to share, like, overall, like all of the trainings that I ever lead, it's such a personal experience. Like all of our groups, they're usually between like 10 to 12 people. It's a kind of an intimate container. And, I'm always in deep listening. Like anytime the training, the cohort begins, something per divine grace, even how you guys all say, I just saw an email and I just clicked on it. Literally, that's how it always happens. There's some kind of a alchemical cosmic constellation that gets put into place and a very specific group of souls comes together. And so if there's anything you specifically want to activate or you wish to learn, I'm always listening. And I even refine the training every time per request. So if there's something you're like, hey, I would like to learn it, and this, is it possible to receive this from this? This is what I'm working on. Speak to me. I'm a living, breathing instrument of God, and so are you, of course. And through this training, we become like this tantric lovemaking machine all together, and we're massaging each other in just the right ways through our questions, through our requests, through our stories, and really remembering how we all are so incredible and so beautiful if we just allow ourselves to remember. So connect, don't be a stranger. So beautiful, guys, to share this time and space with you, and I really appreciate your openness, your trust, your courage to really lean in. And I know it's a pretty long webinar. We already went over almost 3 hours. So see, there's this long standing humans who are like, I love the photo, let's keep going. So I just thank you for showing up, and whether we see each other again or this was your first and last time, whichever way, I really wish for you to remain in this remembrance that you are love. You're love in human form. And you came here to create and to share your magical presence and to play with life. And even when you get tested to your core, remember that there's something within you that is untouchable. And that's your infinite spirit, and that's your profound fountain of love that comes from the inside out always. And everything else is just a fun game, fun reflection, but ultimately it's between you and God. That's the most deepest, most profound love affair, and everyone else is here for a ride with you. I love you so much. I hope to see you soon. Reach out. Mwah. See you soon. Meow meow.